Ya, listos, listos, okay. Alright, hey. Okay. Ever wonder which country has the largest prison population? You guessed it, America. America holds 25% of the world's prisoners, yet only 5% of the world's population. Today I will be talking about the school to prison pipeline and how it plays a huge part in our ever-growing prison population. Having worked at an elementary school for 2 years, I witnessed firsthand how minorities were treated differently. I could always tell right from wrong. In America, the school to prison pipeline is responsible for setting up our youth and funneling them directly from our school system into our criminal justice system, thus further increasing our prison population. First off, our schools set up our kids to fail by instating zero tolerance policies. Secondly, research shows that by increasing police in our schools, crime and violence is increased as well. Finally, states that have school disruption laws are responsible for unjustly incriminating a large amount of our youth. To start off, schools with zero tolerance policies mandate serious punishment that sends our kids into the criminal justice system early on. Most are minorities and students with learning disabilities. In 2012, the Public School Review published a case about a 12-year-old who was diagnosed with hyperactive disorder and was suspended for 2 days for simply telling his peers, "I'm going to get you," after they ate his food. The school's reason for the suspension was he made terroristic threats. The zero tolerance policy also targets students with learning disabilities as well. The World Journal of Education published a study on how students with emotional disorders, which is considered a learning disability, are 7 times more likely to get suspended. While our kids are being suspended, expelled, and sent off towards the wrong path, the police will always be there to back it up. Police officers always back up the school administration and their policies. Often they respond with violence without knowing the full situation. In 2014, the radio station WVTF broadcasted the story about a 4-year-old who was perhaps the youngest to get arrested. He was arrested and put in shackles and sent to the sheriff's station. Till this day, his mother says that he still suffers from nightmares, and the school psychologist says that this can have a long-term impact on him for the rest of his life. Police may be the ones doing the incriminating to our children, but again, the school disturbance laws give them the freedom to do so. School disturbance laws are laws that certain states have that allow students to be charged and penalized for disturbing school. They are often so vague that any minor disturbance can lead to a charge on a student. According to The Atlantic, a 16-year-old in the state of South Carolina was wrestled out of her desk and pinned to the floor for having her cell phone out. She was put in handcuffs and charged with disturbing school. This can negatively impact your life because you will be seen as a criminal for having a charge like this on your record. You will have trouble finding jobs, and this can lead to you making bad decisions in your life. Most of the time, the students being charged will be minorities rather than white students. Whether the kids are white, brown, or African American, children all across America are being seen as criminals for petty mistakes. They are being suspended, expelled, charged, and basically sent directly into our criminal justice system by our own schools. This in fact makes them prone to future criminal behavior. The school to prison pipeline is not only impacted by the zero tolerance policy and the school disruption laws, but of course by the police officers doing the incriminating as well. Now, in short, have you ever thought about the policies and regulations in our schools and what they do to our children? And what can we do to help those that have been affected and will in the future be affected?